That's God willing. I'm trying to change the world. Gotta teach the children. I ain't never letting up. I gotta stack a billion. Stay away from the fake like they reptilian. Hill game on the rise. Know we all killing. I got blood in my eyes and I can't see.
What's up, guys? A new series, a new boy, which is me. And so let's get it started. Okay. So, well, as you can see, this thing's gonna be called "What If Team 7 Failed?" So, well, let's say that Sasuke didn't decide to hand Naruto his dish, and Sasuke was more uptight and thought Naruto was a dope, and Sakura following Sasuke to whatever happening. And so Kakashi, after Sasuke and Sakura both eat, fails them. But in this time, Kakashi thinks that he has to honor Obito, and he doesn't really, and he's like, sorry, sensei, but Obito is better than than you being my sensei, and so he wanted to honor Obito more than Minato, and so he went with Obito. And so, well, he takes Sasuke as a student, and the Hokage decides to make Sakura a medic nin, like thinking that, well, might as well get Team 7 into something. I can't just let one person be apprenticed. And so he told her that you can either go back to the academy or be trained in medical ninjutsu. And so, well, after that, the Hokage decides it's finally time for Naruto to learn his Uzumaki heritage. And so, in this one, Mito Uzumaki had scrolls on the clan, and so, and the stuff about the clan, because she didn't just go to Hashirama without stuff about the Uzumaki clan, of course. Come on, silly. And so Mito probably had a clan compound before she got married to Hashirama, because she's not just gonna live with him before they were even married. And so it's I'm gonna say it's as big as the Hyuga clan, but there's houses like it was for the Nara clan. There's houses, but it's a bigger area, and so there's houses there's houses. And so then there's this big clan building for the clan head family, and Naruto goes there, and so he had Anbu clean it up, and so Naruto goes into the clan vault, you could say, where Mito lived, and so he found tons of stuff, and so Hiruzen tells Naruto, I can't tell you your father yet, but your mother was Kushina Uzumaki, and she was the supposed to be the second clan head, or the clan head, but then Mito asked for her to become the next Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, and so they of course accepted. And so, well, that's how your mother was here, and then she died in the Nine Tails attack. And so Naruto nodded and says, well, Gigi, is there anything else? And so Naruto was kind of upset with Hiruzen, but he understood that his mother might have been dangerous. And so, and he never could get mad because Hiruzen was like his grandfather figure. Naruto wasn't mad when he figured out that Minato Namikaze was his father at Kakashi or somebody, or Jiraiya. And so, yeah. Well, Jiraiya kind of died, so he couldn't get mad at him, but you know what I mean. And so, Naruto starts living there, and Hiruzen says, Naruto, you'll be in a one-man cell, and you'll be able, and I'll tell you the trick to the shadow clones. they can transfer memories, and you can have them do your missions while you train with clones too. And Naruto nodded, and he reasons this, but I do advise only 10 clones for now until you have a stronger mind. And so Naruto nodded, like knowing that Hiruzen wouldn't just say he's dumb outright. He would just said it outright if he thought he was dumb. And so, well, now Naruto is looking at these scrolls, and so Naruto gets into his new attire, and he loves his new Uzumaki attire, and so he even found some weight scrolls, and it says put in some chakra, and Naruto falls straight to his knees, and so he says, it hurts, and so well he opens the scroll about the Uzumaki KK Genkai, and he said, "Wait, we have like what Sasuke clans has. Let's see." And so it says the secret to how they make their chains, since their chakra is more denser and stuff, they can use their Yang chakra better. And so yes, Naruto will have the chains, but I've always wondered, like the secret to the chains. And so I know it can't just be because they're full blooded. Because listen, it makes no sense if you really think about it. You know what I mean? Look, like Sarada, is literally in half Uchiha, and she's able to still use the Sharingan. Wouldn't that make it like she can only use one Sharingan like Kakashi? Would it be like that? And so I think that it's a secret of the Uzumaki KK Genkai. What I think is, I think that that it's Yang chakra, and so they're able to identify Yang chakra, like they're able to use their Yang chakra to make chakra chains. But like people have regular chakra and Yang chakra, and I think that their Yang chakra has that golden color to it, and so that's what I'm gonna say is true. And I think that they're able to identify their Yang chakra at a young age, and that's why Kushina was able to learn how to use chakra chains. And Karin just had like an Uzumaki ability. She was able to, like, when people took a bite out of her, that was like Yang chakra healing that person's chakra. And so, well, she already kind of knew how to use healing chakra like Naruto did. And so that's why I think that. And so, yeah. Good explanation. And so, well, since Naruto's learning how to get Yang chakra, he has to do some chakra control exercises. And so, so in the Whirlpool village, I believe that they would have this thing called making a whirlpool out of a body of water. So Naruto goes in like the back of the Uzumaki head compound and starts on that. And he also makes 10 shadow clones and says 5 of you go to the library and 5 of you start doing missions. And so that's what Naruto's starting to do. And so for Sasuke is currently training with Kakashi. And so he's getting his chakra control up also by doing tree climbing right now. And so yeah. And so for Sakura, she is currently learning how to heal a fish. Yes, heal a fish. Heal a fish. That is the most dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, bro, healing a fish. Oh my gosh. And if you're a Sakura fan, you already watched my videos. I'm a Sakura hater. And so, well, yeah, it's not going to be a Sakura bashing, but if it is, hey, who cares? But anyways, Naruto, his clones are redoing everything basically. So gave Naruto a list of books his clones can read, and his clones start reading tons of books about the like redoing the academy from um a first academy student, and with the aid of clones, um he is able to with 5 clones, he's able to read 5 books that day, and he learns about the shinobi codes, about villages, like where villages are and stuff, about Awagakur, Kumogakukur, like Kumo, Suna, and Kiri. And so he also learns about the Hokage, the Hawkage. Yes, the Hawkage. Yes, you guys keep on telling me to not say Hokage. And so the Hawkage, the Mizukage, the Reikage, and the Suchikage. And oh yeah, in the um yeah, the Kazakage. Yeah, the Kazakage. Okay, we got him. Okay, and so Naruto's learning more about this, and while he's doing missions, and so since he's doing like these missions, he gets like the 5 missions done that day with his 5 clones, which is great for him. Yeah, and he recently advised him not to do the cat mission. Yes, the cat one. If he has a clone, because the cat will literally claw his clone. So yeah, and so Naruto nodded, knowing if he wanted to do that mission, he would have to get his original self. And so that's what it is. And so, well, Naruto now is after a week of this, he is able to make a whirlpool for 1 minute, and so now, since he has the appropriate chakra control of so the difference between this chakra control and the tree and water walking one is, well, first off the bat, it's better. Yes, it's better. And so he has the chakra control of a Chunin now, because this is much harder, because they're keeping a constant. It's like walking in water, but it's a constant force. And so it says next, try doing vertical surface walking, and Naruto is able to get it in 1 hour since he practiced for a week on the whirlpool thing. And so now it is getting Yang Chakra for the next week. And so Naruto's training hard to identify his Yang Chakra while his clones are doing more reading. And after the first week of his reading, he's well, see, so if it's 5 books a day, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 35 books a week. And so I think that's able to get him past the first academy year. So now he's on the 2nd year of the academy. He's slowly rising up in his intellect and stuff. And he's also doing more missions. And so he's able to get some Yang Chakra out, but he's trying to like he's able to get like these glimpses of little chains, but he needs to get all the Yang Chakra out, able to use it. And so after a week, he's able to sprout a whole chain for 10 minutes. One chain for 10 minutes, and is able to direct it at a tree. And when he did it, the chain uprooted the tree. Yes, it uprooted the tree, and it knocked over the tree, and then Naruto passed out due to chakra exhaustion. And so Naruto passed out with a smile, and when Hiruzen was looking at his crystal ball, he smiled, thinking that Naruto has finally awakened his Uzumaki heritage. And with Sasuke right now, he just got water walking done, tree with water walking, and Sakura. I like with Tsunade, I never really knew her training, but she probably finished fish. Yes, she probably got the fish by now after 2 weeks. A week and 2 weeks, yes. And she probably already got some chakra control done, and so yeah, and so well now um Naruto is now reading how a diet for the Uzumaki. And so the Uzumaki diet is tons of protein, like steak and that stuff. And Naruto learned that um, eating his chicken ramen and stuff wasn't giving him enough protein that a Uzumaki needs. And so to be able to use the Uzumaki taijutsu, and so he's changing his diet to so he can use it correctly. And the main component of the Uzumaki taijutsu is not is not being able to predict, and so Naruto is happy about that. And so Naruto thinks that he can make 20 clones now, and Naruto's brain strength has upped, and so he is able to make 20 clones. And so after he makes 20 clones, 5 of them still do the missions, another 5 go to the library, but now he has 10. And so 10 of them do more chakra control. 5 of them do more chakra control of the whirlpool and stuff, and another 5 starts doing the taijutsu like katas. And so yeah. And so this is called the swirling fist. They they start so the thing about this taijutsu is it's built on big strength attacks and speed because yeah, because their chains are their mid to long distance, and their taijutsu and ninjutsu are mainly their small to mid range. And so they have all ranges and stuff. And so yeah. And so Naruto now um he himself, since he is able to use the chains, he started on his conditioning. And so he starts running around the Uzumaki compound. And so after he started running around, he's getting the hang of um using his weights kind of after like doing stuff and walking, running. And so but he still doesn't have the hang of it. It'll take him like a month to get truly used to it. But he can now walk with his things with his weights on normally. And so yeah. And so I'm gonna give that big old time skip for Sasuke. Sasuke has um able to get some more fire jutsu and started on his chakra natures. Sakura has able to heal minor injuries, and the doctors also advised her to get a taijutsu form or like a taijutsu, and so she started trying to learn Tsunade's legendary taijutsu from a scroll Tsunade lent to the hospital that no medic has been able to master. And so after she gets this, she has been training in that, and Sasuke has been training in more fire and lightning jutsu. And so Naruto currently will 5 clones per week. And so let's do the math. 7 plus 7 14 weeks. 7. Okay, that's 2 weeks. 14 missions. 3 weeks. 21 missions. And so he got 28 missions done, and while Sasuke and Sakura probably got way less probably, but what do you expect? And so yeah, 4 weeks, 28 missions. Okay. And like Sasuke and Sakura had way less time than Naruto and his clones, so they would of course have less missions because they don't have Naruto's ability. And so one day Hiruzen went to the Uzumaki compound, after the month and says, Naruto, don't for I forgot to tell you, but your mother had a sword that Mito passed down to her, and uh, check your library. There might be this sword style called um the swirling Kenjutsu or something, or yeah. And so after this, Naruto also is learning more on the Kenjutsu side, you could say. And so yeah. And so Naruto has been training with his new katana and is actually happy with it. He thinks it's cool because he has a sword, and his clones have been practicing with that too. But Naruto thinks he has more of a knack with taijutsu, but his kenjutsu is nothing to laugh at either. He thinks if he's not able to use his kenjutsu, he's able to have proficient taijutsu on like a level. And so well now Naruto starts on his elemental training. So this is so Sasuke already has a head advantage of Naruto in ninjutsu, but that's dimming fastly. And so Naruto in this one will have 3 chakra natures. Yes, 3. He will have wind, water, and lightning. Lightning for something I'm planning on with him, and water for his Uzumaki heritage, and wind because he had it originally. Wind, it's wind. And so Naruto decides that he wants to work on his I'm gonna give him his do I want him to have his I'm gonna have him work on his wind and water until he makes 30 clones. 10 of them go to the library, 10 of them does missions, and 10 of them start doing his elemental training while Naruto starts working out, and Naruto's doing his own taijutsu and doing the moves because he already has the katas for it, and so he just needs to learn how to do the motions himself for the moves of his new taijutsu. And so after a month of this, Sakura is able to like use her chakra control some for Tsune's legendary taijutsu, but not proficient as Tsunade yet. She won't be as proficient as Tsunade for a while. Sasuke, he's gotten much stronger, tons of lightning and fire jutsu, and his taijutsu got better. And so now he's about to start doing C rank missions with Kakashi so that he can attain his Sharingan, so that he can copy Jutsu basically. And Kakashi wants to start having Sasuke train with Mato Guy student to copy Mato Guy. To copy him. To his student's taijutsu. And so basically, Kakashi thinks that with Mato Guy's taijutsu, he can have Sasuke learn tons of moves from that to reach him to newer heights. But the thing about what Sasuke learned is, what Naruto's doing is, Naruto is doing moves that Sasuke could never do. And so here's what Naruto's doing. For the Uzumaki moves, they've heard that the Uchiha clan likes to copy jutsu, and this is how they were still able to be around during the warring clan eras, and was able to do great with the Senju clan, because the Uzumaki clan had a hidden secret. They had their denser chakra flare out when they were doing their moves or their ninjutsu, and like their taijutsu. katas and all that stuff. And so every time that happens, it's like for dojutsu users, their chakras flaring constantly, for a punch flaring, like everything. Their whole body's flaring. It's like a beacon of light. It's like when it's like when say you're at the ocean, you know that sea tower, whatever it's called. It just like their light just shines directly at your eyes. That's basically what I mean. Whatever it's called, I forgot what it's called, but yeah. And so after another month of hard work training, Naruto and Sasuke are both mid to high tuning level, and um you would think, why wouldn't Sasuke be stronger than Naruto? See, you guys don't understand the thing about, so with Naruto's training, it's basic instruction, and the how like the Hokage is helping out Naruto, and if Naruto needs some help, he'll ask the Hokage about some tips and stuff, but he mainly hasn't. And Naruto hasn't been slacking on his Fuinjutsu either. Right at nighttime, Naruto has been studying on it, and he's able to make explosive tags, smoke screens, all that basic stuff. And so now he's moving on to level 2 after 2 months. And so, yeah. And so, well, after that, um, though, and so for the Land of Waves, um, when let's say Kakashi and Sasuke go on that mission. Let's just say that. Well, the Hokage just um is like better, and so he has an Anbu team go there, and so a Anbu team accompanying Tenzo, I'ma say, and some of Kakashi's teammates just go there with Kakashi to fight the new accomplice, and Sasuke goes back to the village and just trains with Might Guy and his student. And so, well, now um they free the wave, and they call it the Bridge of Hope, I'ma say. Yes, they call it the Bridge of Hope. Hope. Yes. And so, well, now um Naruto has tons of jutsu in his repertoire. He has Wind Style, Wind Bullet, Wind Style, Great Breakthrough, Water Style, Water Bullet, Water Style, Water Encampment Wall, and he also has Wind Style, Wind Shield, and Water Style, Water Ball. It's like the Rasengan, but he just puts it's like a water swirling ball in its hand, and this is a Uzumaki Jutsu. And so this is one of his Uzumaki ninjutsu he had learned, which he's proud of, because the Uzumaki jutsu are C rank and above, because yeah. And so he also has been getting better taijutsu moves from the scrolls, and so he's happy. And so all he needs now is experience. And so Naruto decided he will start doing C rank missions. And so Naruto will so Hiruzen, just to make sure Naruto will be okay and nothing unexpected happens, always has like an Anbu trails him to make sure he'll be alright. He doesn't want to lose his Jinchuriki. And Donzo it's also making sure nothing happens to Naruto, of course. Like in the shadows. So yeah. And so Naruto kills is starting to kill bandits, and Naruto's first kill is tough for him, but he pulls through thanks to Tucci and AM and Hiruzen saying that he has to kill to make the village prosper, and it's part of the things to be Hokage. Experience the killing and learns that you might have to send people to their deaths, but you have to get used to it. And so Naruto nodded, and so Naruto is able to kill people reluctantly. He doesn't want to, but he knows he has to do it for the village. And so yeah. And so after Naruto does all of this, Naruto um starts training in the mornings harder and ups his weights even better. And so he also has started to learn how to saturate the air with water chakra in the air. And so he is able to do lower rank water jutsu with just the air. And so that's great too. And so after he does all that, Naruto has started doing more and more C rank missions and some more D rank missions with his clones. And so Naruto's gotten more good C rank missions and all that kind of stuff. And so now it's already time for the Chunin exams after 2 months of being a Chunin. He's a rookie, so what you expect? And so, well, Naruto gets nominated along with Sasuke and Sakura do. And Sakura wants to be Chunin, so she wants to be Chunin to become a higher level of medical ninja so that she can up her medical training and her Tsunade taijutsu training. Because she just knows how to add chakra to her fist, but she doesn't know how to compress it or put into a punch like Tsunade, so she can't be punching boulders or like even trees yet. She can like punch a person across a field or something like that, but she can't uproot the ground yet. But she will be able to learn it in the future. And so well now, um, Naruto sees Sasuke and says, "What's up, Sasuke?" And he says, "Hi, Sakura." And so Naruto has gotten more serious, and he lost his you could say wanting to date Sakura at all. And so yeah. And so now they get ready to do the tuning exams. And so they go in, and so um Sasuke looks at Naruto curiously and flashback no jutsu. So when Konohama's getting picked on, Naruto Naruto kicks Kankura away after he appeared next to Kankura and Tamari and took Konohamaru, and he says, "Hey, you get out the trees." And Naruto has learned this from his Uzumaki sensory, and so he learned how to be able to sense people better, and has used his Yang chakra also to be able to sense. That's basically how he learned how to sense people, and he's able to sense people from a 50-mile radius, which is pretty good. But he can but he learned how to objectify his sensory ability, so he's not like sensing like civilians, but he can sense them, but they're like basically no chakra. And so yeah. And so after this, um Sasuke decides he needs to learn about Naruto more, so he asks Naruto Uzumaki, and Kabuto smiles at Sasuke and says Naruto Uzumaki. So Naruto Uzumaki, heir to the Uzumaki clan, because that's basic knowledge now, because they notice that Naruto isn't living like in his apartment. He actually is the Uzumaki clan head, and all the like Donzo and everybody knows this, but nobody could break into the Uzumaki clan because of their seals, and so only their blood can get in. And so yeah. And so like Donzo has tried getting in to get some Uzumaki scrolls from the library, but he could not. And he also wanted to know the secret to the Uzumaki chains, but he could not. And so well now Naruto, um, Kabuto says Naruto Uzumaki is able to use the Uzumaki clan, KK Genkai, the Uzumaki chains. These Uzumaki chains can stop a whole Biju because he wants to exaggerate to make people think like he fascinated, and he said these chains can sap Biju chakra, and they can also sap normal chakra. And so, if you get caught by these chains, it's basically a death wish. And so, people are now wary of Naruto. And so, Gaara and everybody starts throwing his killing intent at Naruto. And Naruto um, openly likes this. And so, he overpowers all this weak um, chakra and blasts his own killing intent from he learned from some scrolls, and this made everybody wary of him even more. And so there's this one lone girl in the back from Taki. It's not Fu. This is not Fu. It is Honoko Uzumaki. Her mom was Kushina's. Well, no, her mom was part of the Uzumaki clan. She was not from the royal family like Naruto, but she is Uzumaki, and she thinks, I wonder if I can go to the hidden leaf and become part of Naruto Kun's clan. And the Uzumaki clan can be back in Konoha. And so, well, she'll find out soon that that's what she can do. And so, after that, Sasuke glares at Naruto saying, "How are you so strong, dope?" When we're in the academy, and Naruto says, "I don't have to tell you nothing, Sasuke." And so, Naruto turns his head and leaves. And so, when Ibiki comes in, it goes mainly the same, but Naruto used Fruit and Chakra to blast all the papers away, and he writes down his answer on a piece of paper from the one of the Chunins. And so he uses his wind chakra to put them back where they were after extreme tense. And so he passes out right after, and after he turned over his paper and stuff. And so, well, now Naruto is on the second stage of the Chunin exams. And so now it's Uncle Midarashi for the second exam. And after that, Naruto smiles and says, "Okay, let's go." And so after Uncle explains and stuff, well, let's say that they get started. And so after they get started with the second exam, they meet Orochimaru. And so I'm gonna have them meet Orochimaru in this one because for Team 7 to really well, temporary team you could say, for them to really um bond or something, or Naruto to become friends with Sasuke rivals, Orochimaru needs to bite Sasuke on the neck. And so after Orochimaru gives Sasuke his parting gift, you could say, well, actually, let's get to Naruto versus Orochimaru. Naruto gets in the heavy taijutsu fight with Orochimaru, and he's just going full, like he took off his weights, and so Orochimaru is amazed at Naruto's speed without his weights on. And so Orochimaru tries to give Naruto the five-pronged seal, but Naruto at the last second takes the seal away with his knowledge and sealing, and Orochimaru gives Naruto a wicked grin, saying, "Naruto-kun, you do know your Uzumaki heritage." Well, see you, Naruto, after he gives Sasuke his gift, and Sakura takes care of her team. And so, basically, it goes the same. Sasuke goes ham on the sound team, but Naruto, Naruto wakes up later in this time just for, natural or something. And so, Naruto and his team up with Kabuto and head to the tower. And so the match is Naruto versus Kiba. And so Kiba shoots, Yahoo! I got the dead last. And Naruto smirks, knowing that if Kiba thinks that he's the dead last, he's about to show him. And so after Kiba got done cheering, Naruto headed down. And so Naruto, Kiba says, What are you gonna do, Dobe?" And Naruto says, "Don't did nobody tell you, Kiba? I'm part of the Uzumaki clan now." And Kiba snorts, saying, "Once a dead last, always a dead last. It doesn't matter if you're part of the Senju clan. I won't care." And Naruto laughs at that, saying, "Funny, Kiba, because wanna know something? The Uzumaki clan were cousins to the Senju, and so it's kind of um funny how you say that because we were closely related to the Senju, and without the Uzumaki clan, Konoha would be dead right now. But you guys dare to wear their flat jackets. Where were you guys when Uzu got destroyed? What, fighting your wars? But we helped you win the war." And Hiruzen looked ashamed. This was one of his failures as his reign as Hawkage. And so Naruto says, "So my first act of being the Uzumaki heir is to take away all the Uzumaki crest on the Jonin flat jackets. Until you got the Uzumaki clan respect that we deserve, I don't want to see nobody wear an Uzumaki swirl ever again." And Hiruzen looks ashamed, but he knows he can't do anything, and he, for once, agrees with Naruto. The village forgotten how the Uzumaki clan were helpful to them, and they just think that the spiral is nothing now. They don't know how it was for friendship that they even wear this swirl, and so they now are going to remember that the Uzumaki clan was something. And so, well, now Naruto is facing Kiba, and Kiba tries to do that thing of her fang, but then after he doesn't, Naruto gets him with some chakra chains and drain all of Kiba's chakra. And Hinata looks at Naruto sad and says, "Where's where's where's the kind and brave Naruto-kun I knew? The Naruto-kun I knew wouldn't let the village um wouldn't care what the village has done to his clan. Naruto-kun changed because Hinata, if you really think about it, Hinata only liked Naruto because he was brave and he never gave up. Are you kidding me?" And so, yeah, she developed her love really in Shippuden. If you really think about it, it was just a crush at this time. So yeah, and so well now, Naruto meets Honoka, like Uzumaki, when they card name on this thing, and Naruto says hi, and so he rushes back and says, "I don't know how to greet a clan member." And she says, "No worries, silly. I'll ask the Hokage, can I go to your clan?" And Naruto says, "That's great. We have tons of clan buildings that are empty, and I can give you some scrolls to learn how to use our Kekkei Genkai." And Hanako smiles and says, "Don't worry, I learned how to use my clan Kekkei Genkai when I was a little girl, and so I just need to learn some more Fuin Jutsu and stuff." And so Naruto smiles and hugs her and says, "I think we'll get along just great, Hanoka." And so they both smile at each other, and Naruto heads back to where his temporary team was. And Kakashi looks at Naruto and says, "Minato sensei." I'm sorry I didn't help out your student, but at least he's on the right path to being successful. And so everything happens the same way. And so Naruto now um asks the Hokage, can he get some training with somebody? And the Hokage tells Naruto to go to the hot springs to meet his um to meet someone. So Naruto goes there, and so he says, "Hi, my name is Naruto Uzumaki." And so Jiraiya looks at Naruto in amusement and says, "Okay, kid, I'll train you since the old man told me to." And Jiraiya already knew who this boy was, the Uzumaki hair, and um the Uzumaki temporary like clan hair, and the person who also got Hanako Uzumaki from Kusa. And so she right now, Naruto gave her some scrolls that weren't like clan head scrolls because that's only clan head can read. And so she's studying in the Uzumaki compound, thinking on her relationship with Naruto-kun. And so Naruto got the Toad summoning contract, and um and Jiraiya's teaching Naruto how to summon and using the Kyuubi's chakra. And Naruto learns how to use the Kyuubi's chakra, and he also is learning how to use his chains better from Jiraiya's help about the knowledge of the chains with his time with Kushina and Minato because of the stand Jinin, and so how to take him down. And so Naruto is able to sprout two full chains, and is able to use them for 1 hour in like a battle type of way. And so that's great for Naruto. And so now it's the third part of the Chunin exams. And so it is Naruto versus Sasuke. Um yeah, it's Gaara versus Neji. And so Tamari versus Shikamaru and Shino versus Kankuro. And so the first match is Gaara versus Neji. Neji, after getting his Taijutsu defeated and his Kaiten, just has to quit unless he wants to get killed. And like, there's nothing he can do really if Gaara-san's blocking him from using his 8 trigrams, or so he basically just has to defend because he has no ninjutsu whatsoever. So yeah, he can't really do anything. And so that's what it is. He loses. And so Naruto versus Sasuke gets postponed, and everybody excited for the Uzumaki versus Uchiha battle. And Sasuke is getting trained by Kakashi on his stamina and everything, and he also learned Chidori. And so he thinks that he can beat Naruto. He's mistaken. Oh, and Sakura loses to Honoka, and so I'm gonna have Sakura win. So Honoka versus Sakura 2. Yeah, that'll be 2. And so Naruto faces Sasuke after Honoka beats Sakura using her Uzumaki chains, and everybody is convinced that the new Uzumaki clan is very powerful. And so they think if this is just if this isn't the clan head, then the clan head must be extremely strong. And so they can't wait for the Uchiha battle versus Uzumaki battle. And so Naruto versus Sasuke. Sasuke appears saying, "Dope, I'll beat you. I suggest you to quit." And Naruto says, "I'll never quit. That's my ninja. That's my ninja way." And so they get into a heated taijutsu fight. And so Sasuke tries to copy Naruto's taijutsu, but he couldn't. Because every time he looked at Naruto, chakra, it was just like a flash. And so he basically can't look at Naruto's body because it's basically radiating chakra, so he can't focus to copy, and so his copy ability is basically disabled, but he still has his reflex ability of his Sharingan. And Kakashi says Naruto is radiating tons of chakra on his body, like even in his fingertips and stuff. And so Sasuke can't copy anything. And Kakashi says that's probably why I wasn't able to copy none of Kushina's water jutsu. And so he is kind of angry at Kushina, saying that's that's why she was always stronger than the Uchiha clan members. That's why she never lost to me in our spars. And so he's like, Sasuke, I'm sorry. If you're not able to keep your taijutsu, you lost. And so after it's clear that Sasuke is getting destroyed by Naruto's taijutsu, they move on to ninjutsu. So Sasuke says fire style fireball jutsu, and Naruto says water style water wall jutsu, and it makes a wall of water. And so Kakashi curses again, water style too? Dang it. And so Naruto, out of, and so he recently was thinking, did he learn how Tobirama Sensei did it? I was never able to do that like Tobirama Sensei did. And so Naruto then did Uzumaki style Uzumaki dragon. And so this dragon that was swirling flew at Sasuke, and Sasuke says fire style, fire mythical dragon jutsu. So this fire dragon appeared the same size of Naruto's water dragon, hitting each other. And so then Naruto adds wind chakra in the air to make the water droplets like go into like icicles, you could say. And it cut up Sasuke a little. And so Sasuke got angry and then did his Chidori. And so Naruto sees this, and so then he charges up this his one of his own jutsu called Wind Style Wind Ball. And so then when Sasuke charges, Naruto charges, and he charges his Wind Ball right at Sasuke, and Kakashi knows it's Wind Jutsu, so wind cancel out lightning. So Sasuke lost. And so after they clashed, the Wind Jutsu slowly disabled his Chidori and slammed Sasuke against the wall, knocking Sasuke out. Orochimaru widens his eyes, saying, "This Uzumaki brat just beat Sasuke," and so he reaches his mouth, thinking, "Naruto definitely got my Chunin promotion," and so Honoka and Naruto will be Chunin, and Honoka changed her headband to Konoha, and so, well, Naruto versus Gaara fight. And so it'll be like Sasuke with Gaara fight, but then this time Naruto charges, makes a clone, and and so they both merge their wind style wind ball and Rasengan, or no, and water style water ball, and so this makes a swirling tide, I'm gonna say, and so this makes a devastating attack that that basically shreds through Gaara with all the cuts of wind and water on him that what's Gaara's sand. And so then Naruto uses his Uzumaki chains when Gaara tries to transform, and it drains Gaara's Biju chakra, and so Gaara's left there, and then Naruto puts that 5-pronged seal on Gaara like he learned from one of his Fuinjutsu scrolls, and so Gaara's contained, and Suna widens their eyes, all that Shinobi. They just said he just defeated Gaara, and he stopped the whole attack, and so Orochimaru thinks we have to abort, and so Orochimaru tries to play it cool, but Jiraiya appears, already figuring out what happened, and so then he attacks Orochimaru right off the bat, and so the attack happens, and so Orochimaru signals it, thinking he has to fight, and so yeah, and so Naruto makes 100 clones, pushing his limits kind of, but he uses some of Kurama's chakra to help his mind when he's getting ready, and so all of his clones are helping out civilians and people get out of there, and civilians in the streets get out. And so he's killing other shinobi to help out the civilians. And the Fire Daimyo is watching in awe how Naruto, um, the Uzumaki hair, and he thinks it's the son of Minato, is killing all these shinobi and helping the village. And Naruto now is probably Jonin level, yeah, May Jonin level, and he is destroying everybody. And so Sasuke Wicked's not wanting to be outdone by the dope, starts helping kill Shinobi too. And Sakura is goes to the hospital to go help out the injured. And so after this battle, Naruto passes out of brain exhaustion. And so after he passes out from that brain exhaustion, he wakes up to see Jiraiya by his bed and says, "Good job, kid. Sadly, Lord Third died, but you have saved tons of villagers and shinobi alike, and you are considered a hero in the populace now. Good job, you finally got acknowledged." And Naruto gives Jiraiya one of his big smiles. And so Naruto says, "Wait, where's Hanako-chan?" And then Hanako walks in saying, Hi Naruto-kun." And so Jiraiya has a lecturous smile saying, "Naruto-kun, hey. Looks like my student has picked up the ladies' man. Maybe I'll teach you some stuff, kid. You could be you could be my successor of Icha." And so Naruto says, "Shut up, Jiraiya sensei." And so Jiraiya chuckles saying, "Alright, kid. I'll leave with you and your girlfriend." Or like what Jiraiya sounds like. So yeah. And so, well, Naruto and Hanako Naruto asks her out, and she goes on a date with Naruto, and they start dating. And so after they start dating, everybody finds out, and literally nobody is surprised. They just clicked. And so, well, not Lord Third died, because Lord Third actually was able to kill Orochimaru in this one. Do more than, seal his arms off of. So, Orochimaru is, his whole able to use chakra is disabled, I'll say. Yeah, he can't use chakra at all. Not just in his hands. He can't mold chakra at all. And so he can't use the seal to summon Manda, and so sadly he can't summon. So what will he do? He'll try to go to Tsunade. And so Tsunade arc goes pretty much the same, but in this one Naruto puts up a better fight, and is able to get a hit on Tsunade, but he still tries that Rasengan but fails. And so yeah. And so after Tsunade comes back to the village, she becomes Hokage, and Tsunade in this one's Naruto's godmother. So they figured that out. And actually Honoka is part Senju, and Honoka is actually Nawaki's granddaughter, which is great for Honoka. And so Tsunade smiles at the girl saying, "Well, Naruto, at least she's dating you. I support." And so Tsunade smiles at the girl and says, "Well, Honoka, let's go." And so Honoka and Naruto quickly become great boyfriend and girlfriend, all that kind of jizz. And so in the next one, Naruto will go on the arc to will do training more and do more missions and stuff. And Honoka and Naruto will team up on more missions, and Honoka will learn the Shadow Clone Jutsu and start Naruto's training also. And they will quickly become the Uzumaki duo of Konoha. So see you guys. Hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe. And we're gonna finish that hour mark. Get ready.